Imagine having more storage on your small iPhone rather than your laptop. Well, that's what Apple is trying to do. A recent report just came out this morning that's gonna shock some of you guys, and I'll pull it right over here real quick, that the new iPhones, the iPhone 15 rather, will be saying goodbye to the 128 gigabyte storage compartment and rather starting out with 256 gigabytes and going all the way up to 2 terabytes. Now, to put it in perspective, when iPhone first started, they started with 8, even 16 and 64 gigabyte storage compartments. Now we're talking about the starting storage compartment is going to be 256 gigabytes, going all the way up to 512, 1 terabyte, and then now 2 terabytes. 2 terabytes of storage is insane for a small handheld device like an iPhone. And just to put it into perspective, even Xbox and PlayStations have just now started to do 1, 2, 3, even 5 terabyte storage compartments, and now we're looking at a small handheld device, an iPhone 15, having 2 terabytes of storage. That is completely insane. And the stock honestly is taking a pretty big hit today and has been the past couple days. If we take a look at this chart on the left, the 1 day 1 minute, and our top right chart is our 5 day 5 minute, and our bottom right hand chart is our 365 day 1 hour, I believe. Now, if we take a look at these charts, this left-hand chart is a 1 day 1 minute, 5 day 5 minute up here, and then our 365 day chart in the bottom right. You can see that the stock not only was taking a hit this morning and throughout most of the day today, but the past several days the stock has pulled back from its highs around 198, could not break through that 200 level, stabilized out for a couple days last week. And then at the end of last week, going into this week, now we are pulling back quite a bit, all the way down back to, looks like we're going to hit this this support down 165, 170 area. We definitely could pull back to. So Apple has been taking quite a big hit as of recently. But this news that came up this morning was quite interesting. Along with this news, we also have some other articles saying that Apple's iPhone 15 may go on sale around September 22nd, which is about average as we start to get into that fourth quarter, as they report here, the latter part of the year when the sales really start to explode with the new release of the phone, the watch, the MacBook, and so forth. But this was also an interesting article that Apple is looking to save billions of dollars on chips for their new iPhone with a new Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing deal. This is supposedly supposed to cover chip defect costs, and this is possible because Taiwan is making all the Apple's custom chips, and they're using a new process to make smaller, faster, more efficient powered chips, which is refers to as the 3 nanometer. For Apple, roughly a year before it makes them for anyone else. So what this basically means is Taiwan is going forward with Apple and pushing this ahead of all their other rivals, making it the most upgraded power core processor and more powerful than any other of the rival smartphones out there. And it's going to be an interesting deal between Taiwan and iPhone to be able to come together. And we can take a look actually real quick at Taiwan Semiconductor. It's actually just TSM. Just to kind of take a look and see what they're dealing with right now as a stock, and not too much is happening really over the past several weeks. We could pull out to see what really has been going on, but yeah, it looks like we've made some moves since the start of this year, but nothing really too substantial. Trying to break over that 105, 110 area seemed to get rejected down that way. But Apple as a stock right now, I would actually start to look into potentially adding some shares in Apple if we can pull back, especially this 165, 170 area. I really like it for the long term. Short term, I definitely think you could start to do some potential swing trades here if we can get back below 175 to 170, start to get a position in, because I think this thing's going to be roaring, especially in the later part of this year as we head into the end of August, early September, and then October and into the new year is always a good timing frame for Apple. You can see last year between August to September we had a huge run up, a little bit of a pullback in October, and then took off again in November, December timeframe. So it really depends on when you want to get into this thing, but personally, looking at the run-up we've had, I mean, Apple has been on a tear non-stop since basically March of this past year, and has just been moving upward, following our SMA lines, and I think that Apple has a lot more room to run if it can break above $200, but I think that we have to hold this 170 area, 165 to 170, to make sure that we can hold on to that And then as we start to take off the rest of August, I think that if we can break above this $200 level, I think we have a lot of room to run. A lot of good news coming out with Apple. Guys, let me know what you guys think of the Apple stock in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody.